Hello everybody, thought I should just make a video answering Alexander Stoleski's comment. So Alexander says, I think Tron is a scam. I don't know why. I have the same feeling like with Luna. So my response to that is trust your instincts. You are given, as humans, we are made to sense danger, right? This is something that is built into our brains, right? The flight or fight response. And so sometimes you get that kind of feeling that, okay, this particular cryptocurrency project is not something that you feel comfortable with. And yeah, just trust your instincts. Of course, it could be wrong, but if I were to look at the top cryptocurrencies, and if you were to ask me to describe Tron in one word, my one word will be copycat. Because a lot of things that Justin Sun does is he's copying what other people are doing, and I'm not saying Tron is a scam or anything. I don't think Tron is a scam, but yeah, like I said, I think the best description that I can give Tron is copycat. Yeah, so it doesn't mean that they are a scam. So again, if you are not comfortable with something, learn to trust your instincts, and if eventually you're wrong, then hey, it's totally fine. You didn't lose money, right? Most important is that you did not lose a lot, right? Imagine if you had gone into Tron, and if Tron really did fall and collapse for some reason, then you'll be glad that you actually stayed out of Tron. So it's just like the kind of instinct that you get when you start seeing somebody, or if you go into a relationship. Like, for example, I'm gonna give, because as viewers of this channel, most of you are between the ages of 20s and 40s, right? So 20s and 40s, these are the ages where you start meeting somebody, you start dating, you get into a relationship, and then you are starting a family. So that's why it's very important in the beginning, right, to get things right, especially in your 20s, but even in 30s and 40s as well, you might be dating, because right now the marriage age is getting higher and higher, and also you do not want to get into wrong marriages, and so that's why you have to listen to your instincts, right? Sometimes when we get into a relationship, we get blinded by lust and love, and we don't see, it's not that we don't see, we don't want to acknowledge that there are actually red flags in this particular person that you could be dating, and you brush off all the signs that that this is something which is not gonna work out well in the future. It puts you at risk. I mean, if you really do continue forward with this relationship with this particular person, whether if it's a girl or a guy, the risk is there. If there are red flags, right? So that's why it's very important in the beginning to look out for these red flags, right? So, okay, I'm just going to talk a bit about my relationship with my girlfriend. So, when I first started my relationship with my girlfriend, from the past relationships that I have been in, I told myself that the next relationship that I go on, I would like this relationship to be fully based on trust. And so that is why my girlfriend and I have full, total transparency in the sense that she has access to my phone. She knows all the password to my phone, and I know all the passwords to her phone, and I even have my fingerprint, my biometrics on her phone. She has a biometrics on my phone, and I have her on Google Maps. She has me on Google Maps. She can see where I am all the time, and we just don't hide anything from each other. We are totally transparent in that sense, and so because of that, our relationship has been built on trust. And yeah, we've been together for, so far it's 14 years we've been together, and yeah, things are actually going quite well for us. I mean, of course, so far, right? And yeah, I think that things should be going well, you know. It's way down the line for us because it's built on trust. So yeah, when there's trust, you are comfortable, and then you know, move on. Yeah, two things, right? The second thing is okay, I also told myself that there will come a time when I could also be wrong. You know, I could be having a strong opinion on certain things, but if it is proven that I'm actually wrong, and if she's right, then I will change, right? And if I am right and she's wrong, she will change, right? So these are the two things: total transparency, and if I'm right and you're wrong, you change. You're right, I'm wrong, I change. So yeah, the relationship is based on these two things, because this actually covers humility, right? Humility, you have to be humble enough so that you as a person can continue changing to become a better person. Humility, and yeah, you're not always right? So you have to put ego aside. And then after that, another thing would be, yeah, there's no lies. I don't deal with lies. You know, we don't deal with lies. There's just no lies between me and her. And it feels sad to me when I see some of her friends that, you know, some of them, they have to lie to their boyfriend or their husband to know if they want to go out with their friends, you know. If I mean, it's like, what? Okay. I just feel that one lie will lead to another lie, and it will lead to another lie, a bigger lie, and a bigger lie to cover the smaller lies. But yeah, so those my thoughts, you know. Trust is very important. So that's why, and your instincts, right? Sometimes, you know, red flags, yeah, you're gonna see it. So yeah, if I'm the husband or the boyfriend of the girl that is lying, you know, my instincts will immediately tell me, right? I mean, that, you know, there's something fishy going on, right? So in my past relationships, I could also feel it, you know. My instincts are telling me that there's something going on, right? And yeah, just listen to your instincts. That's all I can say, right? And you know, if you ask, you know, if you're in a relationship right now with a guy or a girl, just ask them, can I look at your phone? You know, and if they are very defensive about it, and yeah, so I don't know. You got to get your basics right. Yeah, okay, I'm going very off tangent over here. Right. The next part of the question is, Alexander says, I'm interested. I know you are a technical analyst, but what's your opinion on altcoins in general? What coins do you think will survive and be used when crypto is officially used and accepted everywhere? Okay, again, Alexander, you are assuming that this is how the future is going to look like. The thing is, we don't know if that's how the future is going to look like, right? So if you were to ask me my opinion on what coins that I think will survive, okay, when crypto is officially, okay, the only crypto that will be officially used and accepted everywhere is the type of crypto that is issued by governments, right? Like China has already started experimenting with digital currency, central bank digital currency, right? The digital yuan. And I think that governments around the world are going to start issuing their own digital currencies as well. So I think that is what the future is going to look like. Central bank digital currencies, because only then that the government can track you. Because if it's on a public blockchain or on a blockchain that they do not control, they just can't track you, right? But if it is digitally issued by the government, they can totally track you. So yeah, we are moving towards totalitarianism. I feel like we're moving towards totalitarianism, but you know, there will be other things that you can do about it, right? There will be rebels. Yeah, so that's what I think about crypto being officially used and accepted everywhere. Which coins I think I will survive, right? Okay. normally, if you were to ask me, right, I get this question asked a lot, right? Everybody wants to be rich and they don't want to put in the work. Everybody just wants to know what are the cryptocurrencies to invest in. And so that's why people like BitBoy, the Moon Carl, what's that guy? Crypto. Yeah, that's why there's so many people that are so gullible and it's so easy to scam. Scams has been around since the beginning of time until today, and it's going to continue far into the future because people just want the easy way out. They want to be rich easy, but yeah, it's not that easy, and it actually requires a lot of work, a lot of hard work. And yeah, but anyway, talking about what coins I think will survive, right? So if you were to ask me, my answer has always been the same, and it remains the same. Do not stray too far from the top 20 or top 10. Yeah, the safest that I would say is do not stray too far from the top 10, right? So if you were to ask me what 3 coins should I invest in, right? I would just say the top 3 coins, right? Bitcoin, Ethereum, and BNB. These are the 3 coins to invest in. What are the top 5 coins? Again, the top 5 coins will be Bitcoin, Ethereum, BNB, XRP, and Cardano. That would be my suggestion for the top 5 coins to be invested in. And yeah, because you want to be in coins that have proven themselves and they have gone through a lot of bear and they recovered and they've gone higher after crashing as well. So you want to be in blockchains with very good track record. Each blockchain has their own pros and cons, but yeah, again, you need to put in the work. You need to watch the interviews by all the founders of the blockchains, right? So way back in 2017, all right, this was a very beginning for me. Way back in January 2017, I was like a noob, right? And I wanted to invest in a cryptocurrency, right? Because I felt that there could be a boom coming, and I didn't really know what coins to be, investing in. And I mean, of course, I didn't go around asking people, but then, but it's good to ask though. It's good to ask to get opinions, but. I just did my own research and I watched all the interviews. I consumed whatever that I could consume about all the other coins, right? Bitcoin, Ethereum, and all the coins. There's EOS, there's Litecoin, there's Charlie Lee. And I like Vitalik, right? Vitalik Buterin. The time Ethereum wasn't number 2, right? Number 2 was actually, I think, XRP, if I'm not wrong. There's XRP, there's Litecoin, there's Bitcoin. Okay, there's Bitcoin. Bitcoin Cash was much later. But yeah, I watched all the interviews of Vitalik, and I'm convinced that smart contracts is going to be the future. And at that point of time, Ethereum was just starting to gain traction and starting to gain attention. And I felt that Ethereum has future. And my instincts again. Yeah, you don't know why I have the same feeling. Yeah, I also don't know why, but my instincts are telling me that Vitalik is the real deal. And, the people at Ethereum are what I would consider as honest people. I really feel that Ethereum is a very solid project to be investing in. And I think that, getting Ethereum at 1,000 is... Okay, at that point of time, it was $11. So I felt that getting Ethereum at $11 was a freaking steal. And so, yeah, that's history. So my point is that, what was I talking about? Yeah, you got to put in the work. You got to look at all the interviews of all the founders, right? But even then, with very strong fundamentals, a particular coin may also start, falling lower and lower and lower. Like, for example, Tezos. I don't know where's Tezos right now. Right, Tezos. I've watched the interviews of the founders as well, Kathleen and Arthur Brightman. Solid. These guys are smart. They know what they're talking about, and Tezos seem to be like the future of cryptocurrency. And yeah, look at where Tezos is right now. Right. There's also another one, EOS. Dan Larimer of EOS. Right. Smart guy. Very smart guy. He even went into a debate with Vitalik Buterin. Right. And he's also convincing in the way he talks. And You look at where is EOS right now, and look at where is Ethereum right now. Those three coins kind of came into the scene not too far from each other. I think Tezos was a bit later because there was some funny things going on. And yeah, again, even if the founders are great, there could be funny things going on with the project, between the foundation, right, the Tezos Foundation and the owners. And yeah, again, it's a mess. But my point is that, listen to your instincts, right? So Ethereum is... So that's why, I picked Ethereum, right? So I listened to my instincts. I hope that answers your questions, though. Anyway, I think I should just give you a rough idea of what I think of the blockchains in general. So Bitcoin, right? If you were to ask me how would I explain Bitcoin in one word, my one word will be old. Bitcoin is old. The reason is because Bitcoin is... you see, because you know that Vitalik was once part of the Bitcoin community a long, long time ago. And Vitalik actually did suggest smart contracts, right? Tokens on Bitcoin. But at that point of time, when this was suggested, this was, I think, 2014, 2015, Bitcoin was already hijacked. Okay, I shouldn't be talking about this. I'm diving into the world of crypto politics. But anyway, if I were to describe Bitcoin in one word, it's old. Ethereum, future. BNB, growth. BNB has growth potential. So that's why BNB is number 3. And so I actually trust the man behind BNB, which is Changpeng Zhao, CZ, right? It's a bit hard to pronounce. But CZ is someone which I would trust, and he's reliable. I feel that CZ is a reliable person just based on how he talks, and he is always looking forward into the future. And yeah, he has yours and my best interests at the moment at heart. Right? I mean, of course, people change, right? But so far, I trust Vitalik. I trust CZ, right? XRP, okay. XRP is a strange puppy in the sense that it is a centralized coin. Blockchain is supposed to be decentralized, but XRP is a centralized coin. But there is growth potential, right? So this could be tied into, again, like what I was saying, that it could be tied into central bank digital currency, right? It could be used to settle, what do you call it? It could be used to settle transfers. Okay, that's not a word. I forgot there's a word for it. Yeah. So when you transfer money, you can use it as like a settlement layer. Okay, I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm I'm oversimplifying XRP, but my point is that XRP has that potential, right? The centralized coin pros potential, right? The coin is centralized, but to some it is seen as a pros, right? To governments, it's seen as a pro. You see that? So when it comes to blockchain, you need to, not blockchain, but distributed ledgers in general, you need to look at the overall picture of things, right? And the potential of things. You can't just brush off XRP. There was a guy who went on to MSNBC and he just said XRP is shit. I'm like, yeah, no, I don't think so. It will have utility eventually. But, to each his own. So that's my opinion for XRP. I think Brad Garlinghouse, right, the boss of XRP, is a smart guy as well. I've listened to his talks, and I think he's a smart guy. Brad is a smart guy. Cardano, okay, if I could describe Cardano in one word, the word will be delay. I still remember way back in 2017, was it, or 2018, Cardano was supposed to come out with Shelly, right? But Shelly was delayed days, weeks, months. I think was it 1 year later, then only Shelly came out. I'm like, what? Yeah, so Cardano doesn't hit its roadmaps. So Cardano has changed its roadmaps many times, and yeah, delay. And Cardano has a very long timeline, it will take a very long time for Cardano to hit its milestones, right? But Charles Hoskinson is, again, he's a smart guy. He's a smart guy, so... it's just very slow, I would say. And it's more geared towards institutions. Maybe something like yeah, institutions, more to institutions rather than like, you know, for public use like Ethereum, right? Ethereum is sort of like the internet layer, right? And then you build protocols on top of it, and then applications will be built on top of the protocols, right? Decentralized applications. And so that's why you see things like DeFi, you know, and you see Chainlink being built on top of Ethereum. You see Polygon, Matic being built on top of Ethereum as well. And yeah, it's something like the internet layer as well, internet, right? Then you have the a simple mail transfer protocol. You have TCP, IP, you know, and then UDP, you know, being built on top of the internet layer. And after that, you have, you know, apps being built on top of these protocols, right? So you imagine like Gmail, right? You know, or you imagine TikTok or Instagram, where, yeah, they use these protocols. Anyway, it's a bit more complicated. I'm also oversimplifying things, right? Yeah, Solana. Okay, Solana again it gives me not exactly, but it's different than XRP, but it gives me centralized vibes. Solana is super centralized, but Solana is cheap. Solana is cheap and it has high throughput, which means that it can handle huge transaction volumes, but it's centralized, right? So yeah, it's all about give and take. Ethereum is they intend to achieve all, you know, security, cheap transaction fees, high throughput, and what's the fourth thing? Decentralization, right? Yeah, Ethereum intends to hit everything. So yeah, but their core is actually decentralization. So that's why the Ethereum fees are suffering with Ethereum moving into 2.0. Hopefully. I mean, it's a progress, right? It's progressive. So yeah, maybe things will get better. Again, we don't know, right? But again, if you want to ask me about coins that has really proven themselves, right? My answer would still be, you know, if I could only pick one, it would be Ethereum. Dogecoin's got a strong community behind it, right? Polkadot, I'm not too sure about Polkadot. Polkadot was started by some of the founders of Ethereum, right? I forgot the names, but yeah, it's Ethereum linked, right? Shiba Inu, just like Dogecoin. And then you have Matic. Yeah, Matic is built on top of Ethereum. Blockchain interoperability, right? The founders of Matic are looking to, you know, to see blockchains, talk to each other, different blockchains. The thing I feel very funny is that I don't see any directed acyclic graphs over here, right? So blockchains is actually under the umbrella of what you call a distributed ledger, right? And then, you know, under the umbrella of distributed ledger, there's a blockchain, and there is also directed acyclic graphs. So directed acyclic graphs is something like Hedera hash graph and IOTA, right? These are the two projects that I could think of off of the top of my head. And directed acyclic graphs, in my opinion, when things are at a much bigger scale, is superior to blockchain, right? It's just that when things are in the beginning, right, it is very centralized. But as we move on to more and more transactions, it becomes more secure. It's actually zero fees, you know, because the transactions verify each other, right? And because of that, the transaction fees are very low. It has high throughput, and it doesn't use, you know, mining equipment. It doesn't use any electricity. Very low, right? Very low carbon footprint, I would say. And so yeah, it's superior to proof of work in a sense. But of course, Ethereum is moving to proof of stake. But my point is that yeah, I think directed acyclic graphs should be the future. But I don't know. I just don't see IOTA. IOTA is like gone, right? Yeah. Anyway, Tron again. Avalanche. Okay, I'm not too sure about Avalanche. Uniswap. Yeah, Uniswap is also built on top of Ethereum. So you see, just by looking at the top 20, most of them are already top 20 coins, right? So these are coins that are already solidifying Ethereum as the base layer. You see that? Do you see that, boys and girls? Yeah. So it's like you're solidifying internet as the, the value goes to internet, because it is being used, you see. So yeah, it's the same thing. And Ethereum is a brand name. You can ask any young working adult or any working adult, you would know, they will probably know Ethereum. Of course, Bitcoin is most famous, but Ethereum is becoming a household name as well, right? Uniswap, and yeah, so these are my thoughts of altcoins, right? My opinion on altcoins in general. I hope that answers your question, though. I've gone off tangent talking about relationships, but yeah. So I hope that answers your question, Alexander. Thank you very much for the comment. It's a very good comment, very good questions, and yeah, I hope it answers it. All right. I shall see you guys. Have a great day. Ta-ta.